I will try to speak in English, but if I don't know something, how it's called something, I will like be creative. Okay, so I will speak about using Google APIs to make presentations dynamically. So you don't need to be there editing the presentation. You can, in fact, make API calls and fill the information on the presentation. And I will try to do a live example by executing some code while I am speaking. Let's see if it, if it works. Before I start, I will say I'm not a programmer, like I didn't work as a programmer, but I've been in data departments, and mainly these last days I am more like a product owner, but when I have free time, I like to do some stuff. So, we will see which libraries I use, how to get credentials from Google, because maybe it's a tricky spot where you need to create the project, then to take the credentials, and it's a bit tricky, and I will try to go through all the process fast, so if you want to check it in the future, so you have it there. And after that, I will speak about some certain functions I think that are interesting, and you will see why I think they are interesting. So first of all, use any kind of virtual environment. If you don't, I will not talk too much about that, but it allows you to install different versions of different libraries for each project. So it's very interesting. I'll be using Google API Python client and Auth2 client and HTTP lib 2 to make the requests. So, what we need to do before start? First of all, we need keys. We need some keys to say Google, hey, I'm me, and I have these keys, so I can make calls to your API. And for do that, I will go very fast. We need to go to console cloud google.com and create a project. From here, you create a new project, and after that, you need to go to credentials and get credentials. I use Clave Cuenta Servicio, service account, because it allows you to have a file with the credentials and install it or put it in a certain place and make calls like without authentication while executing the program. So after that, we have the credentials, and it's important also to remember this, it's not here, it's in AM. After you create the service account, you need to get the ID, maybe I think it's a kind of ID, which is my project, blah, 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 and this kind of mail account. And we will, with that, we will like identify this key. I mean, it's like if the previous file was the key, this thing is this stuff, I don't know how it's called, but it's to identify the key. So anytime you need to say, well, here, hey, I will use these keys, I will show this plastic stuff. And finally, we need to enable the APIs. So after you create the keys and blah, 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 you need to say, hey Google, I will use this API, this API, and this API. If you don't do that, it will make a 404 request because you try to access something that is not, you're not allowed. So to be allowed to make calls and to make stuff in with documents, I start with sharing the document I want to work with the ID of the service account, which was the green stuff. So this presentation is about Google Slides API, but you can also use that to Google Sheets API and use it like a database or Google Drive to move, delete, and do stuff with documents inside the Google Drive. And you can almost do everything that you can do with the interface in Google Drive, in Google Slides. So you can well, I will show you later, but you can create text and insert shape and whatever. So with that, we can create tailored presentations. That means we have some kind of template, and we will repeat the process with different data to make different presentations. We use a lot of now. We use mainly batch request, batch update request. I think I use it 90% of times. And then you have some other requests like create presentation, delete presentation, and get pages, and calls that we use sometimes. And here I have the link with the calls. Let's see, where is it? And to show you which are the presentations. Create a slide, create shape, create table, create text, insert table rows, insert blah 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 blah, replace text, delete object, create image, blah, o sea, everything you can think about the Google Slides. So you can almost create a presentation from zero, but we will see there are other options. So how it's like structured the presentation. We have an object which is the presentation. This presentation has pages, and those pages have objects, page objects or page elements, I think? Yeah, page elements. We can identify the presentations with the ID on the URL here, and we can also identify the page ID at the end of the URL here. And to know the ID of the page elements, I used to get all the page elements, and I check the type of the page element, the text inside the page element, and whatever I can like hook to identify the object. So, how to make reports? One way is to make the report from zero, like insert shape from this pixel to this pixel, and then this text, and then modify the style, and then whatever. But what I like to do, what we found that it's very, very like handy, is to create a template and then change the content to make the presentation. So you can apply styles, or better, you can make tell the commercial team or marketing team, hey, give me the presentation. Then you have the presentation, you like craft this presentation with placeholders and stuff, and then you can make some operations to substitute the content. So we will see. We use mainly this kind of notation in which we have like double bracket, string, double bracket, to identify which text we want to replace. So maybe we can create a placeholder like blah blah blah. When we want to have that later, we will replace. I mean, when we launch the process, this text will be changed with the text we want to be changed. And this text also, with the difference that this one has styles and has different stuff. The same thing for images. We can create shapes, like rectangle, triangle, and whatever. Put a text inside this shape, and then we can replace shapes which contains the like key we want. And we will see it in like a real example. At least I will try. So, how does it work? We have a template, we make a copy of the template with Drive API, then we can, for example, take the data from a Google Sheets document that it's being populated by a Google form, or the commercial team or data team needs to insert some kind of data there, but we don't care. We only take this data, take the template, copy the template, make a process, and get the presentation. And we can then move this presentation to a certain like folder or send it by email or whatever we want. So let's try. We have this presentation. This is the main presentation, and I will try to copy it and make some stuff on this presentation. First of all, I import the libraries. Let's see. I put the presentation ID, which is the one in the URL. Then here, let's see if I put it bigger. This will get the first slide, or the first element from the first slide. So we have the first element, which is Automatize reports using Google Sheets, which was the title. So maybe we have text shape type text box and something more to identify this element. So does it seems that it's working. So then we will make a copy from the presentation. I don't know. Let's try to be creative. Presentation. And I will copy this presentation to where? To I don't know where. To anywhere. I copied the presentation. It's on the root level on the same place where it was the previous presentation. Then I move it to the folder I select. So from now we will go check the other folder to see if it's working what we are doing. So copy test presentation. This one. Okay. So this presentation is the one we will work right now. So this is the new presentation. So now we can try to do stuff on this presentation. Here we have the copy the template. This was the previous stuff. Copy the template, replacing the stuff. Okay, and now we will try to replace things here. How does it work? This works with some calls behind this function. I mean, this batch text replace works with batch update, the one I mentioned before, and with one kind of batch update that is replace text or replace shape. No, replace text from to text. I don't know. You say here you have the key and here you have the test, and it works. So I will try to do it. I will take these placeholders here and let's see if I work or not. Yes. So this text here we saw before. This text with style. I added this box with some text also, and it substitutes all text on the presentation. So it's very, very nice. And then we will do the same with image. I use the key to see which shape I want to populate, and then I pass the URL, and it will substitute these images with the ones I provide. So nice. Okay. After that. So another thing is that we can only replace images which are on the cloud because the Google needs to pick it. So to do that, we previously upload the image to Drive to retrieve an URL. We make it public for a few seconds between the first step and the third step. It's not the best way, but it works. And we upload the image. We replace the image. We can be, for example, a graph from Matplotlib, for example. So you can create the graphic on the process and then create the image on local, upload it, substitute it, and then delete all the stuff. Check with image, okay, it's nice. So after that, I want to delete the file from Drive because if not, we will create a lot of images there. And what more? So after that, we usually use this kind of stuff, that is using nodes to know more about the slide we are. So for example, you can look for all the pages and get the nodes, and there in the nodes you can create your custom ID. We have also the ID in the URL, but we can also create our own to identify the page. We can also create some variable to get it in the process, not in the presentation, so you can pass variables from the presentation to the process. And then we will see I created a slide type, which is short report. So maybe we can have a report with 10 pages and label each page with this is report A, report B, report C, this is report A and B. So when you have a certain kind of report, if you have report A, you can make a process to delete all the pages which don't belong to process to report A. So you delete B and C and whatever. So we can use this function to retrieve the text in the nodes. It's a bit tricky because if you put a single quote in a certain manner, it doesn't work. So you need to copy the text with the... I used to copy this text and put it there because I don't know, when you put the code directly to the Google Sheets, sometimes it didn't work. So I will use the ID there to get all the nodes, and we should have here okay. I know. Now I selected the slide. Now we will get the nodes. So we have these nodes, and then we can exit this text. Now we have the variables like on the interpreter or whatever it's called. So after that, we can replace the text we had in notes to the page in the presentation. We did it, and then we will see if, yes, this is working. Nice. Okay, after that, what can we do? We can, following with the previous slide, we can identify the slides from the text we place it on the notes, or because it has a certain element, or even we can use the ID on the URL, like we did before. Now I will execute this script, which goes through all the slides and delete the ones that are like put as short report. So let's see. I did that. It's like deleting slides, and now we should see that this is working. Right? Now this one, and it's like deleting all the slides we didn't want for this kind of presentation. Okay. It's a bit slowly because we are looping each slide, and for each slide we make a request to delete this slide. Maybe if we took all the slides, we can retrieve all the slides and delete all of them. But well, it's faster like this. Faster programming, not executing. So at the end, this is almost the end, and here, and here we have the final presentation. Let's see if it works. Yes, great. Okay, so thank you very much. Did you have any questions? Hold on. I will try to answer. Yeah.
What do you use this for in production?
Yeah, nice question. Well.
A real use case?
Yes. Okay, let's see. We have some kinds of some templates to report, to make reports to our clients. So we craft this kind of presentation. This is for the language, so we can cover title label, and then you can have English label, French label, Spanish label, and whatever. We have like pretty things. We can substitute a catalog image here. We are a company with catalogs. Nice. The idea is about catalogs, so we make reports to clients with catalogs. So okay, it makes sense. More info, graph, more stuff. Some push information, blah, 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 and some more stuff. And we can also make, for example, automatized catalogs. So we have a new kind of catalog that is always the same aspect, and the client sends us the products. So we can he sends us the products, we create the catalog, and this way. We can also make automatize the creation of images. Instead of using pip, you can make a wireframe of the image you want to graph, and only substitute the place where the image. So it's faster than make a square, make the text, this stuff. And mostly, you can do almost anything, but those are the most practical things we've done. I don't know if I have so many links. No. Well, it's maybe interesting to see the API here. And we can see the requests we've made, but it has not more. Here we have the Google Drive. No, here not. Maybe here. Some statistics about our articles and this stuff. Okay. Yes, we can do almost anything. Something more.
mention something that, because you well, put it in the slide, as I mentioned, that
Yeah.
when you generate the service account, it's pretty important that you don't lose it.
Yes, yes.
Because
I tell it
it's
just
a
like
one-day process. When
Yeah,
you
yeah,
generate
yeah.
the account, the file that you get,
Yes.
if you are not aware and don't save it, you lose it.
100% true. Yeah.
It's a private key and you cannot recover it.
Yes,
ever.
this one.
There is no-
Keep it safe.
Yeah.
But I use it in a bad way because I have it on the project and I should like remember to put it in order to not commit the key. But I think it's better to do something with environment variables. I heard it in another meetup. I didn't do it, but I think this is the good way to do this stuff. And yes, you have this repo with the light, like the lid is there. It's called Google API. So this is how it looks, the functions behind. So you have this replace all text, contains text, the key, and replace text, new. And you can like loop through this function and make a batch update like this and execute this, all the requests. It's this one.
I just wanted to mention because sometimes the service account is not trivial.
Yeah.
There's a lot of permission you could spend one day with the service account.
No, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I forgot to say. So yeah, this one, and you can. It's not finished. I mean, we when we need the new functions, but if anyone wants to collaborate, it's free, open, and for everybody. So it would be nice because it's a nice stuff to do. With Google Sheets also here, you can like retrieve data from, create a data frame from Google Sheets. From you pass an ID and you get a data frame, and you can like look through it and execute the process with this data and this kind of stuff.
Is it possible to control the size of?
Yeah, the size you said?
Yeah, imagine you are translating and you are replacing with unexpectedly loud text. Is it possible to control this?
Yeah. In fact, you have. Where it was. Copy support slides. Wow, line. I think here this stuff. We replace an image. It's image. There's a center inside. So you have the shape with a certain shape. So you have the rectangle like this, and you pass the image with this mostly more height, and then it's like resize it until it fits the head, for example. And you have the center inside. I think there's also maybe truncate, whatever, or this stuff. So you can pass an image and he will do the work. Okay. Questions? Okay, thank you very much.